All right. Hello, everybody. I am Piquancy, and I am here with you in an alternate reality where we're playing Lunistice any % glitchless 3 hours later than planned. Let me throw it over quickly to my two commentators. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I will go first. I'm Risuruuu. I have not played this game, but it's very cute. And Piquancy has done a phenomenal job showing it to me, and I'm very excited for all of you to see it as well.
Hello, I'm Deke. Very late over here, but it's okay. I developed this game, and I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that you could make it. It's really cool to have the game dev here. I know it's like really late for you, so
okay.
Thank you so much. So all right, we'll get right into it. We're going to be playing 90% glitchless. That's all 7 stages with 2 acts each. With our default character, and I'm doing my little minimalist cosplay because we don't really see her face the whole rest of this run, so you have to see the green gem somewhere. The main difference between this and the regular 90% run is that 90% uses a menu glitch that lets us skip about half the stages, so we're sort of playing the whole game. And time will start when I gain control of my character, and there's some pretty intense movement right off the bat, so I'm gonna let Risu talk through that when I start. So let me go ahead and get a game started, and I'll start the countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. Go.
All right, we're gonna go back, and then do some hardcore parkour. So, Lunistice is a platformer. Lots of jumping on very small objects that makes me very anxious. But Piquancy does it like phenomenally, and I would trust her with my life in this because I don't trust myself. But you'll notice we're doing a lot of long jumps and a little spin. So that helps cover some more distance horizontally. Yeah, wait, yes. I don't know where it is in space.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm gonna get to retry the very beginning of this game again. So the main special piece of movement here is called the spin jump. So basically, when you input a spin directly after a jump, like a couple frames after a jump, you do a much higher version of the jump than kind of was intended, and I think we'll talk about that a little bit later. But basically, that's kind of the thing at the beginning of the game is doing 2 really quick spin jumps in succession, kind of like that, to clear that vertical distance really quickly. Besides that, we have 2 regular jumps and a spin that we can use to clear horizontal and vertical gaps kind of as efficiently as possible. And that's 1-1. So sorry I died at the very end. If you die, you have to restart, go back to a checkpoint. So that was kind of unfortunate, but that's okay.
How many checkpoints do you get in the speedrun?
Not enough, honestly. So we're gonna do our spin jump again here to clear those, to get onto those platforms a lot more quickly, dodge that enemy, and do a kind of extended jump. Oh my goodness. We are live, baby.
We're gaming.
You got this.
We're gaming. Okay. We'll just try that again.
Yeah. You got this.
This is my very first run in the marathon, and I am very nervous.
You're doing phenomenal.
You're
doing great, girly pop. You got this.
Thank you. I was pretty much guaranteed to have one extremely silly death early on, so we'll make up for it. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna use our spin jump a lot here. The crystals, you can actually jump on them, and often if you see crystals, they were placed there intentionally. More on that later. But you can't stand on them for more than about a second, and they will disappear permanently if you do. So you got to be really careful with those. The other thing I'll say too is that when you jump, you can either hold the jump button for a long jump, or just tap it for a short hop. And there's a lot of different kind of combinations of movement that you can kind of achieve with those, where you're just trying to, again, be as efficient as possible, clear gaps as efficiently as possible with those movement techs.
Very good.
So there's 1-2. Maybe in 2-1 I won't die.
Do we have time for a donation? Did you want to talk about something?
Yeah, let's do a donation.
All right.
I've got so much love coming in for you, actually. Before our reality change, we had a $100 donation from Nali R00 or Nali-Roo. Thanks, so proud of you and wish you the best on your run. Hugs from a friend on the board.
Thank you. That's actually someone I work with. My company has generously offered to match any donations made this week from anyone who I work with who tunes in and donates through the whole marathon. So really grateful for that. So thank you for donating.
That's a great reminder for chat as well. Make sure that if your company has a charity donation match, look into that. Let's raise more money for Malala Fund.
So here we're gonna jump into one of these bubbles. These take you on a track, and they're a lot faster than regular movement. We also have these bouncy balls that we can use to do vertical jumps, and when you spin off of them, you actually get even more vertical height. So that's used in a lot of places to skip over some things.
Big jump.
Yeah, big jump. So here we're almost at the end of 2-1, and I didn't die. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, all right.
We're making it. Okay.
We're gaming.
2-2. There's some really cool movement at the very beginning. Again, we're going to see some of those spin jumps off of the bouncy balls again to get up here really quickly, and then a spin jump into a bouncy ball up to here. And then there's a really kind of notorious spiral section right here that we're going to try to do some slick movement to skip right here. There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
very
Beautiful.
nice. It makes me so happy to see.
So yeah, each of these stages has its own theme, its own music. The music is great, and the themes are all really cool. Kind of these dream worlds we're going through. So, Deke, do you want to kind of talk through kind of the inspiration as you were making this game?
Yeah. So when we started out making this game, it was actually meant as kind of a game jam type of game. It was supposed to just take 30 days. Anyway, we like for the stage themes, we actually kind of did some brainstorming together with Twitch chat, which was really fun. We basically just made a big list of stage ideas and picked our favorite ones. And I think just the variety of stage themes we got that way is really quite something. We did have a few other themes on the list that didn't make it. One of those would have been like an arcade level, which would have taken place in an arcade. But unfortunately, it
DLC.
didn't make it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not. Well, there will be DLC, but...
Yeah, more on that later too. All right, there's
Beautiful.
2-2, pretty clean.
Yeah, it was
so-
really nice.
Thank you. Stages 3 and 4 are kind of what's called the mid-game gauntlet. We had a lot of new mechanics here, including rails. Rails are, if you played like a 3D Sonic game or anything like that, they're, again, kind of linear tracks that you jump onto that take you in a certain direction. We'll have our first one coming up here. And there's a little gauge you'll see at the bottom of the screen. And basically, I have to keep my cursor in the middle of the gauge to keep my speed up. Otherwise, I won't fall off or anything, but I'll go slowly. And when you get to the end of the rail, it'll shoot you off in a straight line, unless you spin. And I'll let Risuruuu talk through this while I do it.
Yep. All right, so the rails are super satisfying. So as you get propelled off of those ramps at the end, if you are able to get a spin in, that kind of like cancels the movement of where you were going, and whatever direction the control stick is in, you'll be able to move in that direction. So it is like a really helpful way to kind of just pick where you want to go more accurately. There we go.
Oh my gosh, that
This
jump
is
is
why
so
I get so
scary.
anxious.
That jump
Look
is
how
so
narrow that
scary.
was. I'm like, oh
You
my
have to land on
gosh.
this really, really narrow platform. Then these like
Alright.
fun bright colored pads are speed pads, so they do what you might think they do. They speed you up. And you keep that speed basically until you touch something that's like a regular piece of terrain. So I'm gonna do my spin again to change my direction and land over here on this one. So you want to try to stay in the air or on the speed pads as much as you can. The very first jump that you make when you land on regular terrain, you do get a little extra boost, as you saw right there, where you can, because you don't kind of lose that speed right away, you kind of get a half speed jump if you jump right when you touch the ground. Then coming up here, there's a little loop-de-loop where if you just let it go, the game will sort of put you into a cutscene. But if you jump off a little early, you can actually land right there on the other rail and skip the 2-second cutscene. So.
Oh no, my
loop
cutscenes.
I'm sorry. You're a beautiful cutscene.
Here's a cutscene you can't skip. We're 90% of the way to the bonus Illumina stage. We need less than $250 to go, and that's made partially possible by a $50 donation from Allie the Snorlax, no comment, sent through the Twitch charity tool. Thank you so much. And a $50 match from Beaver Bay Resort and Spa. That says Beaver Bay Resort and Spa supports piquancy with a $50 donation.
Let's go.
That last one was my parents, so thanks, Mom and Dad.
Aw.
So that jump I did at the very beginning is one of the harder tricks in the run. That's called Crystal Jump, and basically you have to like pull back really hard after doing one of those spin jumps I talked about at the beginning, and land on that crystal.
With a fun
and that skips
camera
like
angle.
and that skips like a huge part of a huge amount of the level. But that was a really good 3-2. That's one of the more hectic, harder stages in the run.
Hey, you are
So we're gonna-
schmoopin'.
Schmoobin'. So yeah, the goal is to beat that one under a minute, and we're gonna get right there.
Just there, nice.
All right, then we're gonna go into stage 4. So Reese, you want to talk about rhythm platforming?
I love rhythm platforming. So this is like your little Candyland, and everything is moving to the beat of the background music. Piquancy's gonna be looking for a specific cycle. I believe it's red cycle.
Yeah, this one's red cycle.
Yes. Awesome. So she's gonna basically be like on essentially autopilot so that she doesn't goof up the cycle. So this is probably gonna go pretty quickly. But if you'll notice, like the reds and the blues alternate, and she's got to be careful with where she jumps, or else it might disappear. And then, oh no.
Yeah, it's like you're planning for a very specific kind of like sequence of movement there, where as soon as you get off time at all, you have to start improvising because you don't know when it's like you're not gonna reach the platforms when
Gotta find
you
the
expect them to
downbeat.
be there. Yeah, exactly. So. And then it's called red cycle because here at the very end, ideally, you get to these last two platforms, this last red platform, and you can jump onto it without stopping, which, there you go.
Beautiful.
Very
Without
nice.
having to wait for it. And we're
I
coming to
do
the
like
end of
though.
4.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, whenever if you did fall, you get like a half second where like you're still in the air, kind of like Looney Tunes, you know, where like they run off the cliff and then they like realize, oh, there's no floor here, and then they fall. Like, it's what it makes me think of, and I like it.
Yeah, there's a
A half second to save yourself, and maybe.
yeah, like visually, you can be like a little bit off of the platforms and you can still jump. So this is the same deal, but a little bit harder. This is called blue cycle, and it's going okay so far, I think. Where again, we're gonna get to this blue platform up here, and if all goes well, we'll basically get to it as it's disappearing and be able to, there we go, be able to hop off of it
nice.
and then not have to wait for it. So there we go.
Straubs.
We're in the flow now. Yes,
Chat,
lots of
what's your
straubs,
favorite
lots
fruit?
Oh, that was terrifying. We saved it.
You got it.
Yep, we're
Yeah.
fine. We're fine. We're so fine. So I wanted to ask Deke another question. You are also a speedrunner. You have some speedrunning experience. So talk about how that influenced kind of the design of this game.
So, since I do come from that background, I always knew that I wanted to make the game fun for like casual play and speedrunning. So specifically for speedrunners, I did add a lot of like little stuff all around pretty much every level to make either routing a bit more interesting or harder in some cases, like 3-2. A lot of that is like all these crystals that you see just kind of dotted everywhere, and a bunch of them are like suspiciously conveniently placed. If that's the case, it was probably like an intentional route I did. And it was really fun designing levels in a way, but it was also really fun just seeing the speedrunning community for this game, just going through it and also finding all of these routes and actually using them. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and the 3-2 skip the crystal jump at the beginning is like a really, really cool example of like a crystal being put in place to like allow for this like really, really big skip, which is fun. So this is stage 5. Stage 5, we're up in the trees. If you haven't noticed, we're getting higher and higher as we progress through things. So now we're up in the trees. Stage 5 is a really rail heavy level. So a lot of rails, a lot of doing these spin cancels to change our direction. And there we go. It also has my favorite music, so enjoy that. But there's also these little mushrooms that you can whack to make the rails spawn, which is going to lead to a couple cool things happening in this stage specifically. We have our speed pads back as well, so we're going to use those to clear this really large gap right here. Hop on here, do a spin jump, and then this is interesting. We'll hit the mushroom, go backwards through the checkpoint, and hit the rail as it's coming back to us. And then we actually see that the rail is not actually there, even though we're still on it. So look, Mom, no rail. I can say that because I know she's watching. And then we will get close to the end, and we're going to be coming up on another really difficult trick, maybe the hardest thing in the run. There's like a really hard way to do it and a less hard way to do it. I'm going to try the really hard way once, and I'll let Risuruuu talk through while I try it.
All right, I think is this where you're gonna like? Am I gonna have a heart attack? Yep. All right. Yep. So okay.
Oh shoot! Oh, that was so close.
So what she's doing is she is taking a huge jump, and there's a air dash pad, I guess, behind her, and she's gonna do a spin to get into that, and then be propelled further into the stage that she can cross large gaps of distance. So close. Yeah, so you got this.
So the intentional way of doing it is to just take the rail, which is another little cutscene, like 6-second cutscene. That thing I just did was the easier skip, which is just to jump off of the rail early and land on the the booster, and then you can use a spin jump up here and to get up here. But yeah, that really hard one is like there's a very, very, very small window you can land where you will get boosted by the booster and be on the rail, and you can change your direction to land on that mushroom. But we just missed it, but that's okay. It's really difficult. 5-2 is going to be our first or our only kind of like non-linear stage. So you see up in the top corner, there are those 3 like little water droplets. And basically, the intended path for the stage is to go around this really, really big circle and get all 3 of them, and then come back to the center. But that's slow. Takes about 7 or 8 minutes to do casually. So we are going to use checkpoint abuse to skip around the level in a way that was not intended. First, I'm going to do a fun little thing right here where I'm going to land on that tiny piece of geometry underneath that. There's like a really, really small platform underneath that mushroom you can use to land, so you don't have to go up that kind of spiral platform behind me. We're gonna make it over here. Here comes our first water droplet. The music being gone is a feature, by the way, not a bug. As we get each of these water droplets, part of the music's gonna start coming back, so you're gonna start to hear the drums here in a second. There they are. But now we'll quit and go back to the checkpoint that we got earlier, and then instead of going the way the game wants us to go, we're gonna go this way. and get to our second and third ones.
I wonder who put that bouncy mushroom there. Interesting.
Could they be on this call right now?
Oh,
What?
maybe.
What?
Someone must have slipped and fell.
Little sequence break here. Oop, hit some enemies. Very unintentional damage. That's fine. You can die if you take 3 hits. I have lost runs to taking 3 hits before, so hopefully that doesn't happen now that I've spoken that into existence. But we're gonna land on this speed pad over here, get our second required checkpoint, stay in the air so we keep our speed. Then go over here, and there's supposed to be a rail here if you take the normal route. But with our speed pad speed and our extra little jump, we can get over here, get to that booster, hit that mushroom, and make our way over to the second water droplet very quickly. That was kind of terrifying, but we're okay.
It was so close.
Yeah, it was. I almost fell off. Get the second one, quit the checkpoint again, and then the third one just so happens to be right up here. So once we get the third one, we're gonna head back into the center of the stage and do the last bit, which is pretty straightforward. So if we want to get a few donations, announcements, now would be a good time.
Absolutely. I have $50 from Ian that says, let's go piquancy. I've been waiting all evening to see her fly through Lunistice. And we also had $25 from Flarzoid that says, more Pokemon and more runs. And chat, we're only $118 away from unlocking that bonus Lumina stage. There's boss fights and new Pokemon Snap, and I need to know what they are, and that means more Fatales. So let's get that incentive met before we even start the Pokemon Snap run. And all of those monies, again, are going towards unlocking that American Truck Simulator. We need $40,000 before Pokemon Snap, which is the next run, ends. So please, chat, remember, mark for that incentive. I want Pokemon met, and let's unlock trucks.
We love trucks.
I love trucks.
Trucks are pretty cool.
Donate for your favorite truck.
Chat, what's your favorite truck?
All right, stage
Why
6.
is it Optimus Prime?
We're in the mountains. We're gonna do some quick tightrope action that I'm gonna bail out of because I was definitely gonna die, but I'd rather not die again. So we'll do a slightly slower and land on the platform instead of that tiny tightrope. Stage 6 has these geysers, kind of the main function. They behave a lot like the other kind of boost mechanics we've seen in this game that shoot you up into the air. There's a little fun movement section here where we'll do our spin cancel and jump, land right in front of this guy, and then use the speed to get over to that platform. And another fun one right here, where we'll again spin cancel out of that geyser, time our jump so that we hopefully land on that post, nice, and make our way forward. You can see we're using our spin jump a lot here to get like vertical height that we need. I don't think we ever actually talked about spin jump. So spin jump was not like an intended feature, but you left it in, right, Deke?
Yeah, pretty much. So the spin jump works a little bit weirdly in that it takes your relative vertical momentum and kind of boosts it upwards, which is why you get like these huge boosts at the beginning of your jump, or like if you're at the beginning, if you're on a bouncy ball or similar. And right at the beginning of your jump, if you do a spin jump, it just multiplies it a lot. And it wasn't really intended to work that way at first, but I really liked the movement, so I just left it in. And I'm glad it gets so much use.
Yeah, it feels really fun to use, and it's not like trivial. Like the timing of like jump and then spin is not like a frame perfect thing or anything, but it is like, you know, you can't do it too fast and too slow to not get the extra boost upwards. So 6-2 is really cool to watch, I think, but it's like a lot of stuff we've done before. It's just a lot of transitions between different types of movements, a lot of like moving from like geyser to rail to rail to speed pad. So while I make my way through this, I think Deke, do you want to talk any about like maybe the new update that you're working on for this game, for Lunistice?
Oh yeah. I've been working on a free update / free DLC for this game for a little while now. It's going a bit slow, but it's okay. And at this point, it's more like I call it 2.0 right now. It's more of a remaster than anything else. It'll change a bunch of the level designs for HANA. It'll add new characters, new, much harder campaign for one of the new characters, Excel. Really like his movement so far, so I'm really happy about that. And like a bunch of other stuff as well, like a mission mode that will kind of work similarly to, I guess, Sonic Adventure. There's like a bunch of platforming challenges and stuff. A randomizer as well. So, if you like randomizers, this will have that. And yeah, a bunch of new levels, a bunch of new bonus characters. And I hope it'll be done soon.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's really exciting. But there's more content for this game coming. It's been
what's not done soon?
What's not done?
Is actually messages from Deke, because I have a $500 donation from Deke. That's
two Dekes?
Just started. Two Deke. Having just started my own transition, seeing Lunistice run during Flame Fatales is so incredibly special to me. Good luck on the run, piquancy, and thank you so much for showing off my little funny animal game and for having me on the couch too. Sorry about Crystal Jump. And also, here's the obligatory greetings from Germany.
Literally, oh my god, that's so
like
generous.
for real.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for showing up the game. It's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for making it. Like, I love this game. So really quickly, there's a fun trick here. We're gonna do a little short hop and then do a quick spin jump right at the edge of that platform. It's kind of terrifying, but
it sure
we
is.
need it. Then another trick here where we're gonna spin, jump, damage boost, and then jump again to clear that.
Oh man,
that always makes me so happy to see.
Chef's
Then
kiss.
we're gonna do this much easier trick that I normally screw up, but I didn't. So go me.
Let's go. We're gaming.
Where hopefully we get right ahead of these lasers. So you can see there's a couple new mechanics in our space level as we're getting closer to our final destination. We have these orange platforms that disappear. Again, you have a split second after they visually disappear before you actually start falling. And then we also have the purple platforms, which keep speed, but don't give it to you. So you can see I got my speed from my speed pad, but I'm keeping that while I'm on the purple platforms.
$33 until bonus Illumina stage for Pokemon Snap.
Let's go, Chad. You got this.
Those boss fights in a game about photography, you'll want to see boss fights. I promise.
I'm so excited. Despite it being already kind of late, I'm definitely gonna stay up for that. So we're going to finish out this level, and actually, there's probably a good time for any other donations that we have.
Of course, we have a $5 donation from Sakura that says, "Greetings from the GDQ Discord. This mod wants to see Anarchy put the pedal down and get truckin'. Let's go Fatales." And of course, that is in reference to American Truck Simulator, which we will see when we raise $40,000 for Malala Fund. We also had a $125 donation from Anonymous that says, "Greetings to Germany."
Nice.
And chat, remember, we're only $33 away from unlocking a boss fight in New Pokemon Snap. Make sure you mark that incentive. I want to see that. Let's make sure that we can close out this evening with a bang.
Or a snap. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good, actually.
Sorry. Alright,
like that.
7-2. Is this our last one?
This is our last stage. This has
Oh,
just flown by. So 7-2 is special. We're still kind of like in this void area, but we're actually gonna go through all of the mechanics and all of the themes that we've seen so far backwards. So we're starting with space. We're gonna take an intentional damage boost there because when we get to the stage 4 with the rhythm platforming, I wanna hit another cycle. So we're going to go through our stage 6 stuff now. And coming up, there's one more really kind of tricky trick that I'll let Risu talk through.
I have to remember what's going on. Oh, we're gonna
That one.
bounce off the rail and do that thing with the pad and boing off of those mushrooms.
And we're going
too
to that
fast.
incentive met, Chad. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice work.
I think it's
Chad.
really nice that like you're kind of going backwards through this. I think that's like a really, really nice touch.
I agree. I'm gonna
the
really try
rhythm
hard not
came
to
back.
fall on the rhythm. I did not quite get there in the time that I wanted to because I took too long on that mushroom skip, please. Okay, thank you. If I die here, I'll be so sad.
There we go. Very nice.
We're not gonna die here. A late timed jump after that spin cancel to land on that tree. Now we're in our stage 3, our water slide rails. And we're gonna make our way to the end of the game. Really cool thing here, if you spin right here, you can land directly in the bubbles with our speed still from the speed pad. So we are maintaining that speed all the way till we land on that umbrella, and then we can get one more boosted jump to clear that. And then we're nearly done. One more kind of tricky thing, we're gonna land right on this little platform out of that booster, and then tiptoe up the side here, past these guys, and over to the final platform where I'm gonna jump on this elevator. Oh my gosh, I actually did jump on the elevator.
Oh,
no. I had a whole joke planned and everything where I was gonna die, and it was gonna be like I was gonna pretend it wasn't intentional. And okay, so this is the slow way where you land on the elevator and have to wait for this 20-second cutscene. If you touch the elevator and then die, the elevator goes up and you just respawn up here instead of waiting for the elevator. I haven't actually ridden the elevator in so long. That's kind of crazy. But you know what? It's a marathon. We're live. We're
You deserve
doing
a
our
break.
best over here.
you can take the elevator. No need to take the stairs.
But here is the end of the run. We're gonna thwack the moon, our final destination, and time is now. That's time.
Let's go.
Good job.
GG.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so terrified to see what the in-game time was. It's probably really slow, but that's okay.
You did fantastic.
Thank you, and thank you for the flexibility. Thanks to the tech team and everyone behind the scenes who's like making all this stuff happen too. But I will let Deke and Risuruuu do their shout outs, and I'll do mine.
All right. I guess shout outs to like, first of all, the speedrunning community for this game. It has made me incredibly happy to see like how active and like how cool in general the community for this game turned out to be. It's pretty much all I hoped for and more. Was really nice. And of course, everyone who helped me with like making this game, like especially Knazibus, who made all of the music, which is like just fantastic all around. And without any of these people, this game wouldn't have been possible at all. So thank you so much.
All right, and then I just wanted to extend my thanks to piquancy for having me here. Really, really awesome game, and you did an amazing job doing the run. It's so satisfying to watch, and I think a lot of the chat members will agree. It's just great, like oddly, like those oddly satisfying videos that you might see like on the YouTube scroll, or like, you know, when they cut the soap or something. It's kind of like that, but you got a cute fox girl instead. Yeah, if anybody would like more goose, I am Risuruuu on pretty much all social media. So yeah, and then piquancy.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for being on this couch. Deke, it was so awesome to get to know you a little bit and to throughout the kind of prep for this run, and to have you here and have your insight is just like super cool. And it's like 4:30 in the morning where you are. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for
Risuruuu,
having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Risuruuu. Shout outs, just a few of them for me. Shout out to Allison 8-Bit, who actually introduced me to this game, or kind of gave it to me as a suggestion for a game I should run. So thank you. You were right. I should run this game. Shout out to the Lunistice kind of Discord. If you're interested in learning, there's a speedrun channel on the official Lunistice Discord. Shout out to Nastani, who put together a really great YouTube tutorial for this game. That's what I used to learn the game originally. So thank you to everyone who donated, my friends and family. And I also wanted to say an early happy birthday to my 3-year-old daughter Rowan, who turns 3 on Wednesday. To my 2-year-old daughter Rowan, who turns 3 on Wednesday. What else do I have? I have one more quick thing. Sorry, I took notes over here. I've been watching these things since 2015. I did not think that I would ever be on one of these, and told myself I would not cry. I just want to say that if you like this kind of stuff, if you like speedrunning, and you just try it. You have what it takes to learn a game. Just find a game you like, join a community, and it's been really awesome for me. So I'm really grateful for everyone and for being here. And I'll sign off by saying trans people have always existed and we will continue to exist no matter what. Thank you.